I'm Mike Smith, and you're watching The Harbor. You know, as we kick off this school year, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. I want to ask you what your focus for this school year is going to be, and what do you find your identity in? For most of us, our security and our identity is kind of found in our pile of stuff. I mean, think about you. Is it, technology? Is it your clothes? Is it your gear? Is it what you wear to school every day? Is it the followers you have online? Is it what people say about you? What is your pile of stuff? And we build up all these things and all this stuff, and we lean into it for security, and when it topples over, we become disappointed and we just kind of build it back up again. You see, your generation, most of you are consumed with the things that you can get and the things that you can acquire, as opposed to living a life filled with incredible stories. I experienced the same thing growing up, even in my small town. Kids would come to school with the latest gear on, showing off the things that they had. We didn't have computers at home back then, so what we had was when you got to school, you just showed off all this stuff that you had. And I just decided my senior year, I wanted to be different. I kind of got tired of living for all this stuff. So me and my friends, we just made a list. We made a list of 100 things that we wanted to do before we graduated high school that didn't involve drinking and drugs. We got together one weekend, we just made a list of all the things we wish we had done in our high school years and just hadn't accomplished yet, and we decided that we were going to be committed to doing it. I mean, we did everything. We did good things, fun things, we gave back, we helped people, we did crazy things. We played, paintball in the dark. We did as many crazy things as we could think of. At Christmas, we decided we wanted to make Christmas cookies for all the old folks in the nursing home. We got together, we made these cookies. They turned out terrible, but we decided to give them out anyway. We showed up at this nursing home, we're passing out cookies to all these old folks, and I gave cookies to this woman. She gave me a hug, she licked the inside of my ear, and I was like, what is this woman doing? I turned around, my friends are looking at me like this is the grossest, weirdest thing we'd ever been a part of. We walked out of that place, and my friends still make fun of that story to this day. When my friends and I get back together, all we talk about are these crazy stories that we did together in high school. And so for me, I've just made it a habit. I've kind of just lived my life by this idea of living for stories, not stuff. And unfortunately, some of my friends haven't. I've got friends who have stacked up piles and piles of stuff. And every time we get together, they love to show me, photos of their cars or talk about the big things that they've bought. And I see them build up this giant pile of stuff. And as they get insecure, they lean into that pile. And when it topples over and disappoints them, they just go and build it back up even bigger. And I'm not saying having nice things is the problem. I'm not saying having stuff is the issue. What I'm saying is that when you build up this giant pile of stuff and it defines you, it becomes the reason that you live and what you are and who you are, I think that's the problem. You can take that stuff and you can go create incredible stories. So why do we do it? Why do we live for stuff? I think we do it because it's easier. It's honestly easier to care about the stuff that we've got than the stories that we create. Because stories, that takes hard work. That takes being intentional. That takes being uncomfortable, that takes thought, that takes getting together with a group of friends and daring to do this crazy thing that you've never done before. Honestly, living for stories, it takes hard work. But that's the kind of stuff that lasts forever. Our stuff, it comes and goes. We buy things, we open them up, and we disregard them, and we buy something new a month later. But stories, those are the things that live forever. So what do you want this school year to be about? What do you want your news feed and your timeline to say? What kind of stories and adventure and amazing things do you and your friends want to accomplish? When you get together 10 years from now and you talk about high school, what are the stories that you're going to tell? I know a lot of you sitting there, you want to do this. You want to create stories. You want to live for stories, not stuff, but maybe you're stuck. Maybe you don't know where to start. That's why we created an adventure log. It's a series of challenges and ideas and inspirations to help you make this school year filled with stories, not just stuff. This year can be one of the best years of your life. I hope you don't settle for anything less.